and innovators in the fields of medicine and biomedical research. I have the utmost confidence in our tradition of excellence in every pursuit, and you will do so with the singular spirit of optimism that has long defined our Indiana University School of Medicine faculty. It is now my privilege to acknowledge the members of the stage party and our distinguished guests, including IU School of Medicine leadership, departmental chairs, regional campus deans, faculty, leaders of our partner institutions and health systems, and the members of our leadership team who are all here today to join in support of our graduates and celebrate their outstanding achievements. It is now my honor to introduce J.L. Hess. Dean Hess joined IU School of Medicine in 2013 as its 10th dean. He earned his medical and doctorate degrees from the Johns Hopkins University School of Medicine and completed residency training in anatomic pathology and hematopathology and surgical pathology at Brigham and Women's Hospital. Dr. Hess has led a significant growth in research funding, has recruited outstanding leaders for the school, and overseen transformational investments across the School of Medicine, including the new medical education and research building in Indianapolis. Dr. Hess serves as an inspirational and visionary leader for our school and university. It has been my great pleasure to introduce now, this time, Dr. J. Hess.
Well, good afternoon, and welcome to the graduates of the class of 2025, along with your friends and family and invited guests. Whether you spent your time pursuing an undergraduate health professions degree, or a master's degree, or an MD, or a PhD, or some combination of those, I hope you can reflect on when you first entered your degree program and appreciate how much you've grown over the past few years. And above all, I hope you have a great sense of accomplishment as well as excitement about what's yet to come. I've had the privilege of helping you celebrate many achievements over the last few years, and I couldn't be prouder of what you've accomplished both individually and as a class. You've shown remarkable professionalism and resilience through your time with us, not just in completing degrees, but also in contributing to your community in countless meaningful ways through involving in student interest groups, community service projects, student leadership, outreach, and advocacy initiatives. I've also had a chance to see and appreciate your talent beyond medicine at the Evening of the Arts. And I even had the pleasure of singing alongside some of you in the medical school choir. From the time you arrived, you've shown remarkable engagement and leadership. You've been forthcoming with ideas and recommendations, for which I'm personally grateful. Your input helped shape the school strategic plan. You helped us improve the It is now my distinct pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker, Dr. Paul Klotman, President, CEO, and Executive Dean of the Baylor College of Medicine. Not only is Dr. Klotman internationally recognized for his work in HIV pathogenesis, I'm proud to say he's also a 1976 graduate in the IU School of Medicine. After earning his medical degree at IU, Dr. Klotman completed his medicine and nephrology training at Duke University Medical Center. He remained at Duke as a faculty member before joining the NIH in 1988, where he became chief of the molecular medicine section of the Laboratory of Developmental Biology, and later became chief of the viral pathogenesis laboratory. In 1994, Dr. Klotman joined the Sinai School of Medicine, where he advanced to become the chair of the Department of Medicine. And in 2010, Dr. Klotman was named president of the Baylor College of Medicine in Houston, Texas. His research has been a blend of both basic and clinical research in molecular virology and AIDS pathogenesis. He has authored more than 200 publications and has been a visiting professor and lecturer internationally in the HIV field. He has been elected to both the American Society of Clinical Investigation and the Association of American Physicians. He has also served on numerous editorial boards and chaired research sections of several national organizations and federal health agencies. He currently serves on the scientific boards of several companies. Throughout his distinguished career, Dr. Klotman has been an active clinician, teacher, and mentor. He's trained over 50 clinical fellows, postdoctoral fellows, and students in his laboratory since 1984, most of whom are now independently funded. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Klotman to the podium.
And I can now say I'm also the first person that Dean has forgotten to introduce. Thank you, Jay. Appreciate that. First of all, congratulations to the class of 25. I'd say I remember like it was yesterday. I have no recollection whatsoever. It was so long ago. And I still feel the same way I did 50 years from now. But first, I want to address the parents. Congratulations to you. You have matched a huge trade deficit with your children. And this is probably the first time, and most of them have had a real job coming up. Just in the spirit of the current events, I think you should consider putting some tariffs on them. Now there's some. And to the faculty.
Put some tariff and the money with the
When I was here, what we used to say is we're certainly the biggest medical school in the country, and we were. And you still are. But the difference is, I think, the Dean Hess and the leaders of the health system, Dennis Murphy, and the other presidents of hospitals have created the best integrated academic health system in the country. And so I have great respect for what all you have done. It is really hard to do, and I have not done it, so darn it. So you may not know this, but I have a deep connection to the university. My father was the chairman of music education in Bloomington, Department of Music Education. My mother served as the first dean of women and first African American studies professor. When I told my parents I was thinking about going to medical school, they were very, very supportive. I was at the University of Michigan, and they said, you can go to any medical school in Indiana. And so I became a proud member of the class of 76. Academic parents. So we were the biggest medical school then and now, and the way they managed the size of the school back then is we were arranged alphabetically. So to my left was Clemmy and Klein, Klotman in the middle, and Balakovich and Kreitner to the right. And we traveled all together in a cluster. We were in anatomy. We're always in the same group. And the first 2 years was amazing. I didn't know anybody beyond the M's and a few G's. And one day I met somebody in the R's, and it was like meeting somebody from Europe. It was like, Janet, really? Are you in our class? It's like unbelievable. But anyway, it was really, really exciting. And I do have to do this, and you just have to give me a chance here to do this. I have to acknowledge a few people who are important to me in my medical school training. They were in my era, so you probably won't know any of these names. But I did want to say, people who had a huge influence on me: Garrett Gilkey and Robert Gossard in medicine, Harvey Feigenbaum and Charlie Fish, who passed away, and Joe Noble in cardiology, and Dick Hamburger at Stigley in nephrology. But most of all, I had to arrange my own research program. And the person that helped me do that was Myron Weiner, who's a professor emeritus at Indiana University, and was my mentor during medical school and really helped me launch my research career. So I just wanted to say that because I felt like I have to do that. I feel better. So, thanks for letting me do that. Okay. So I want to share something. I think a lot about this, I have a graduation as one that listened to 15 graduation speeches. So I think a lot about how do you make something important that is important to you? So I have been intrigued throughout my professional life. And this is with this particular fact, and it's really shaped how I practice medicine with the concerns life expectancy. So life expectancy refers to the average lifespan of an entire population. And if you go back from the very first recorded medical histories in 1700 BC to 1850, a span of about 3,500 years, and you can add 12,000 years to that of fossil record, human life expectancy was about 30 years of age. But in 1850, something happened. And since 1850, we've gained 3 years of lifespan for every decade. And it has been linear. It's been linear. It's only a couple of times, but it has changed. So what happened? What was the thing that changed the trajectory of lifespan in humans? And it was around 1850 that science began to be integrated in the practice of medicine. For example, in 1854, there was a huge cholera epidemic in England, and there was a London physician named John Snow who used the first case identification and contact tracing to pinpoint the source of contaminated drinking water from the Broad Street pump in London. And by simply removing the handle from that pump, he stopped the epidemic in London. And basically, he started the field of epidemiology and public health. And simply separating drinking water from contaminated water increased lifespan in humans. And in the 1860s, same era, 10 years later, Louis Pasteur demonstrated that spoilage in food and drink was caused by airborne bacteria, not spontaneous generation, which was thought of today. And suddenly the field of microbiology was established, and Pasteur went on, as you know, to develop a way to protect our food supply and our drinks by sterilization process now known as Pasteur. And infectious diseases was the leading cause of mortality by far. And in the 1890s, Robert Koch, a German physician, established criteria determining when a specific bacterium was responsible for disease. And this became known as Koch's postulates. And building on the work of Koch and Pasteur, Joseph Lister, of the name Listerine, bad idea, but Listerine, emphasized the importance of sterile techniques during surgery, and he's recognized as the father of modern day surgery, and again, contributed to the increase of life expectancy. So during the latter half of the 19th century, bacterial diseases were the specific thing that limited lifespan. And so it was not surprising that the development of antibiotics to fight bacterial diseases had such a huge impact. And the discovery of penicillin by Alexander Fleming in 1928 initiated the antibiotic era, which saw the development of numerous antibiotics up until 1950s. And so what was the threat after that? It was viral diseases. Polio was widespread in the 50s, and the Salk vaccine, introduced in 1955, along with the Saban vaccine in 1961, significantly reduced polio cases worldwide in the 60s. And at the same time, there was a worldwide effort to eliminate smallpox, which happened in 1980. So vaccines became a major strategy for preventing several infectious diseases, and were critical in improving the lifespan of humans. So think about the multiple diseases that were prevented through vaccination. Measles, mumps, rubella, diphtheria, pertussis, hepatitis, human papillomavirus, even pneumococcal disease and meningitis. The management of infectious diseases improved life expectancy. And what happened? It allowed us to all die from cardiovascular disease. Never ends. But when you think about, third world countries,
I'm wondering.
economically advantaged, they stopped having infectious diseases in children during pregnancy, and suddenly they have cardiovascular disease, and that happened. So that was the leading cause of mortality in the sixties and seventies. But we have advances again. Diuretics, effective diuretics for treating hypertension in the sixties. The discovery of compacted and HMG-CoA reductase inhibitor that led to the field of statins, reduced mortality by stroke and heart attack, and again, increased lifespan. And because the cause of mortality in the country. In fact, the war on cancer was declared during the Nixon administration. And one of the early major advances